All right, everyone. Today we have a Oldsmobile 88 1997. It has the classic Buick GM 3800 six-cylinder in here. Um, I unfortunately am midway through. That being said, I found a quicker way to do the job, so I just wanted to post it. I'm not sure if there's anywhere else on how to do it without removing this engine mount. It says you need to remove this engine mount, and the main reason here is going to be for this bolt down here, because you pretty much have no room to get any tool with the pump filling in this void. But with a few simple tools, I will show you how we can do that and save a lot of time without having to mess with this mount and put a jack under this engine. Okay, so the first thing you're going to be doing here is removing the belt. So this bolt is reverse thread. This is the idler pulley. You are going to turn this to the left, which is going to be tightening it. You want good leverage on it. You want something long to apply a lot of torque, and it will remove tension from the serpentine belt, allowing you to slide it off easily and set it to the side. If you do need a new belt, this would be a good time to do it. There is an extra step if you do need to remove the belt, and it involves that bracket down here. You can't really see it too well. Easy to remove that bolt. I'm not going to show that in this video. There are other videos that show you how on this engine. That being said, the belt on this is pretty new. I don't need to change it, so I'm just setting it to the side. It's going to save me a lot of time. So there's going to be 10mm bolts on here, and I believe it's 13, I want to say. And essentially just, go all around, removing the bolts. Coolant's going to spill out. You can drain it with a hose down there. I went ahead and just removed it, made a mess, and then after I removed the hose to do a full drain, and then I flushed the system with some distilled water. That being said, if you want to do a little cleaner job, you can drain the system first and then pull the pump off, but I wasn't sure of the condition of this fluid, so I wanted to, take a look at it before I removed it. Another thing I want to note, I removed the coolant reservoir. I just slid the hose off here. It wraps around the battery, the side of the battery right here, and sits here. I have it sitting to the side right there. You're going to be removing the belt pulley spindle off of the pump first. This should be fairly easy. There are smaller holes there, and there, so you can stick something through in case you need more leverage. These are fairly simple to come off. Just 4 bolts. They unscrew normally. Once that's off, you can remove this piece. So with this, it's just a pivoting attachment with a 10mm. The part is not here. The pump is not here, just to show you guys, or else you won't be able to see it. Essentially, what you're going to be doing though is you can slide this through the gap, or you can come from under this bracket, and you're going to set it on this 10mm bolt right there. Once you set it there, I'm gonna see if we'll put it there for now, but this is what we're going for. You can easily get a socket and go under. Let me see if I can get the camera and get spot. Oh, there's no lighting. There we go. Under this bracket, there's much less of a distance, and it'll allow you to put a socket here and spin on that. If for some reason you do not have this, another thing you can do is get a normal wrench. This is going to take a lot longer, but it's still going to be much easier than removing the engine mount. As you see, when you set this here, you're going to have almost no wiggle room to move this up and down due to the pump being in the way. That being said though, this will work, and it's more likely that people will have, you guys will have this laying around. So that being said, I'm going to do my best to record the reinstallation. we have the new pump over here, and it has the gasket. There are dimples that stick out here, and there's one over here. Don't forget to clean the surface. I use a plastic razor blade and some brake clean on a rag to wipe it down. And once that's clean, it says you can just throw this right on in the directions. I would like to put RTV, and that's what it says in the factory manual as well. So I'm going to be putting RTV on the gasket first, putting the gasket onto the pump housing, because it has these dimples, so it'll hold that RTV gasket in place. Then I'm going to go ahead and put another layer on the pump itself right around here, so that way we'll have the gasket held in place, and then we could just set this on there. The dimples will hold it in place. Got some JB Weld high temp and the gasket here. I'm going to go ahead, set this on there so I don't make a mess, and I'll go ahead and oh my, that is not good. Not good at all. Now we got the new water pump. Once again, I just want to stress that you want to be very liberal with this. Don't use too much. If you use too much, you know, it could get in the system and mess things up. Alrighty, so I got the gasket on there. You can see there's a little bit of RTV spilling over, but I wiped a lot of it down. Just the angle makes it look worse than it is when it's head on. Not that bad at all. It's okay to have them in the bolts. If anything, you want them spilling out in the bolts, because some of these jackets do go back quite a bit and aren't sealed. Otherwise, we have the pump right here. Oh, I have it upside down. I went ahead and RTV'd it. I went around and did a pass and kind of wiped everything down, so just a very thin layer. Didn't want to do too much, like I said earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and put this there. And there's those dimples. I believe one of them's in shot, right out of shot, right? Yeah, it's out of shot to the left there. But essentially you want to line them up. In this case, it'll make a mess if I don't. Oh, see. Alright, got that on. Beautiful. She looks nice and clean. Oh, I wanted to fall off. I'm gonna go ahead and get some bolts in there before she falls off again. I went ahead, put the bolts in. I went ahead with the larger ones. This thing wasn't staying on its own, even with the gasket maker, the RTV, so I went ahead and put all the 13s in, and I was able to tighten those all the way by hand, those not, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in the 10s, and I'm going to go ahead and start by putting that difficult bottom one in and go from there. Oh, one thing I want to mention is you do want to put RTV on these. I'm putting it on generously for these because I saw a lot of coolant come out of the bolts when I pulled them out. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. This 10 millimeter bolt looks like that. There's one down there. Under here, you can't see it. You're gonna go ahead and use a 3/8 or a 13. Get it under there and just test your own patience and slowly tighten it up. I'm gonna put the camera down. I need 2 hands. RTV. RTV. Got one more. See if I can get this for you guys. Alright guys, I'm using random footage here because my camera died, but essentially you're going to want to let that dry for 24 hours after you put in that last bolt, and then go ahead and fill it up with coolant, bleed your system, and you should be good to go.